these two things have really been irking me this week, so my apologies, but this video might get a little bit feisty. Hi, I'm Dr. Beth, osteopath here at Melbourne Headache Solutions. So a comment was said to me a couple of weeks ago from a patient from their employer, which was basically, oh, but you were fine yesterday, so like, why do you have a migraine today? And this has just been resonating with me. I can't get the thought out of my head. And so many people have actually said this to me, that this has been said to them. Migraine attacks aren't like colds, okay? You're not fine one day and then you're like fine the next day, okay? You can't predict like sort of what's happening. As you know, a migraine attack you can be fine 1 minute and then you are spewing your guts out the next minute. It can be that quick. The day before is not necessarily an indicator as to how you're going to be the next day, okay? Unless you're having a migraine attack that is lasting many days, in which case sometimes you know that your migraine attack is going to last for 3 days. So this really irritated me because it shows the absolute lack of awareness and lack of understanding as to how migraine attacks actually work. So as I said, it's not like a cold. It's not like you feel a little bit of a sniffle coming on in the evening and then you know that you're going to have a cold the next day. No. With a migraine attack, you can be completely fine in the morning, you can be completely fine at lunchtime, and then all of a sudden at 3:32 in the afternoon, bam, you were hit with a migraine attack, and then you are debilitated in pain, or you've got intense nausea, you've got an aura, you're vomiting your guts out, all these sorts of things. So the next minute, the previous minute or the previous day has nothing to do with when your migraine attack might hit or used as a predictor. Some people do know. Some people know that because they drank alcohol the day before, they are more likely to get a migraine the next day, or because of the foods that they ate or the activities that they had, or because they got a lack of sleep, or those sorts of things, that is more likely to be a trigger, or that they are more likely to get an attack because the weather has changed, like it's pouring with rain outside at the moment. Those sorts of things. So yes, for some people, then they do have more of an indication as to whether their migraine attacks might be set off. But for some people, they can just hit randomly and be a surprise attack. So that is why that statement really irked me and stayed with me, because it shows the absolute lack of understanding as to how migraine attacks work. But a lot of people think like this, so we really do need to change it. So if you're one of those people that has people around you who think like this in terms of migraine attacks, please share this video with them, let them know, okay? Because as you know, that's not how migraine attacks work, okay? The other thing is that we have migraine attacks are known as a silent illness or an invisible illness. A lot of the time we look fine, okay? We look like we are fine, but inside we have things going on, okay? So migraines can present in all sorts of weird and wonderful ways. Some people have silent migraines, so they just have visual disturbances, or they've got tingles happening down the arms, okay? Or they're just feeling nausea. Other people have vestibular migraines. So it's predominantly a dizziness migraine. They can have other things going on like nausea, light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, but dizziness is the predominant symptom. You can have your classic migraine where you think of where you're in intense pain, you need to be in a dark room, and that you've got your nausea, sometimes you've got vomiting, you've got light and sound sensitivity. You've got your hemiplegic migraines where half of the body is affected and it can mimic a stroke. You've got all sorts of different migraines that are going on. You can get them with or without aura beforehand, and that all sorts of different types, and they present differently. Sometimes people are having a migraine and they can function day to day, but it doesn't mean that they're not feeling awful. Some people have a continuous migraine, so it doesn't stop, okay? Sometimes with vestibular migraines, it's not that they switch on or off, it's just that it's continuous, but then they get peaks as to how bad it is. And the same thing with people who have chronic migraines who are happening all the time, and then it's just a degree of how bad it is. So they're functioning, they're going to work. It doesn't mean that they're functioning at their highest level or that they're at their happiest, that they're getting amazing sleep or any of these sorts of things. So they look fine. That's why it's a silent or an invisible illness, because to look at them, nothing is wrong, but it doesn't mean that on the inside they are happy, or that they're not in pain, or that they're not struggling or having intense brain fog. So this is why it's a silent or an invisible illness. So we do need to have awareness about migraine attacks. That just because you look okay, but you look fine, you're all right. No, it doesn't mean that at all. So we do need to be mindful, and we do need the awareness out there about migraine attacks and migraine disease, that just because you look okay doesn't mean that you're okay. So this is what's been going on in my head recently, and I know that a lot of people are feeling the same. So share this around, get the awareness out there. June is Headache and Migraine Awareness Month, and for those with chronic headaches as well. And chronic headaches means that you're experiencing them over a long period of time, and also getting them quite regularly. People with chronic headaches are experiencing pain quite a lot as well, and they can be severely affecting them, so with extreme brain fog and extreme pain as well. So we need to make sure that we're not forgetting those people as well. Then we need to get the awareness out there, because we can do better, and simply having more understanding so that we can help to accommodate or just spread the love, spread the understanding, and that is so important and can make all the world of difference in someone's life. So I hope that this has helped to open the eyes of some people, and made you feel like you're accepted, or like you're not alone. And that, because as I said, with a lot of people I've been having conversations with, they've experienced this as well. And that, so you're definitely not alone if you've experienced this as well. So thanks for listening. Hope you found it helpful, and if you have, share it around, because we need to get the awareness out there. Thanks guys, I'll catch you soon.